Leger, get up here a minute, would you?
It's Harley, but okay.
What's going on?
I don't much care for the looks of that sky.
You should have brought an
No?
umbrella.
Looks fine to me.
Give it half an hour and it won't. There's a dust storm coming.
Okay, an
We
umbrella
need
might not
some
help.
Shelter fast.
We can't just stop and wait it out on the wagon?
Even secured, there's a chance it could blow over. I'm not risking it. There's a house up ahead a ways. We'll stop and see if we can shelter there.
All right. I'll let the others know.
Why do I feel like that's a bad idea? All right, Phil. Guess it's you and me. Adventure time. Let's go.
Lola
More
wasn't
slowdown.
kidding about the storm picking up. Is someone living here?
Let me see if I can turn off some settings and do something about that. The only thing I got is dynamic shadows, but it says it may affect game performance. Yeah, no, that didn't do anything. Yeah. Just creep my way over to the door and knock.
Hello? Anybody home? No answer. And wouldn't you know it, it's locked. Good thing I've got these lockpicks.
I was wondering when those were going to come in here. Ah, hi.
Oh,
Can I help you with something?
my companions and I need a place to ride out the storm. We thought this house was abandoned.
Well, it's not. But how many are ye?
There's 6 of us. That's our wagon back there on the road.
Well then, go fetch 'em.
You're sure?
I won't have ye blow away on me porch. And you'll be keeping an old man company. So long as you're not bandits or thieves, are ye?
No, sir.
Well, most of us.
We're fortune seekers. Of an honest sort.
Then we'll be getting along just fine. Now, get your folk in here quick, before we all get whisked to Kingdom Come.
Appreciate
That's
you letting
better.
us ride out the storm in here, sir. Mighty good of you.
Ah, of course. As I told your mate, I'm glad for the company. Welcome to me home. I'm Captain Philip Boylan.
Pleasure's all ours. I'm Jake Ackerman. And this is Miss Leger, Mr. Luo, Mr. Marquez, Ms. Redbird, and Miss Johnson.
Fine-looking crew, sure. And not to worry, there's plenty of space here. I've a spare room upstairs and a settee in the library.
Nice.
We're grateful for your hospitality. Anything we can help with?
As a matter of fact, there is. I was about to start supper. Seeing as I'm setting extra places, I could use a couple more hands.
I'd be glad to help.
As would I.
Ah, grand.
I think between the two of them, Danny and Nadine seem capable enough.
Looks like you have your kitchen crew assembled. Thanks for stepping up, you two. Have fun.
All right, shall we? The rest of ye, make yourselves at home. I'll sound the gong when supper's ready.
Seems a nice enough feller.
Indeed.
He must be lonely to take in a bunch of strangers like this.
Mm-hmm. Not gonna ask that. She took us in because we're paying her. But yeah.
Maybe, but we should be wary. Fact is, we're in a stranger's house. We shouldn't let our guard down.
It's a good rule to live by.
I do not know about you, but I am curious to see this library. See you all at dinner.
Just hope this don't turn out to be like a haunted house or something.
Ooh, exploring a spooky old house.
Jake, what did I just say?
It seems the good captain is an avid reader.
No kidding.
Anything interesting?
These shelves are full of ship's logbooks. Captain Boylan had a long career. Nautical adventures, war stories, medieval romances, and frontier tales.
All these books and Phil's looking at a giant butt plug.
Classical dialogues, poetry, and natural philosophy. Such an intricate design.
Must have taken ages to carve.
Admiring the captain's collection?
I am. Such curious objects.
No king shaming. Alright, we'll save upstairs for last, I think. See how sous chefs Danny and Nadine are getting on.
Danny and Nadine are helping
Or
prepare
maybe
dinner.
not. Maybe
I
we'll
shouldn't
explore
interrupt.
upstairs now, because this is probably going to be locked. If my adventure gaming senses are anything
That
to go by.
probably goes to a closet or a basement or something.
Told you.
Locked.
Alright, I guess we'll see what trouble Jake and Lola are getting into. Because Jake is involved, so I'm sure they are getting into trouble. Huge ass chest.
A plain old sea chest.
Why do I have the sudden feeling we're gonna have to hide in there?
I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway.
Damn. Make yourself
Wasted
comfortable
no
already?
time making yourself comfortable, I see.
My back's been acting up lately.
Yeah.
Truth is, it's been a while since I was out on the road like this, camping with only a bedroll every night. Guess I got used to inns and soft mattresses, and there's a decent bed in the show wagon. Now, it ain't like I've gone soft or nothing, just,
Oh, sure.
you know, showing my old bones some love.
Right. Whatever you say.
Nice to be able to freshen up. Storm's still going.
I'm glad we found a safe place to stay.
I noticed there was a use option on that. I'm gonna save that for later. Because I don't trust this place. Ooh. Who you spying on?
Miss Johnson, there you are.
Yep,
Can you see anything through that spyglass?
just the wagon. Wanted to make sure it's standing up to the storm.
And is it?
Seems to be. Excuse me, won't you?
Okay then. I guess I'll have a peek.
I can just make out the wagon through the dust. At least it hasn't blown away.
Can I take the hat? Oh, damn.
A musty-smelling mess of laundry.
That's a neat looking hat. Anything in here?
I shouldn't be snooping.
Oh, right. Gotta wait for the good reason to turn up. More butt plugs.
Hey, I've seen this sort of thing before. I believe it's called scrimshaw. It's got an old sailing ship on it.
And this clearly depicts a scene from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
It's been carved with a whale design. It's got a seabird on it. A pelican, I think. Someone carved a lighthouse onto this.
Anybody thinking combination? Nope, we're thinking dinner, apparently. I was gonna see what was on that door on the left, but apparently not! Maybe I can look later.
I can't remember the last time this table was so full. How are ye finding the fare?
Delicious and I'm sure absolutely not
bad.
drugged.
Most satisfactory.
The very soul of rustic simplicity. Quite simple and, unadorned.
Jake hates it.
And no adornment needed. My compliments to the kitchen. Helpers included.
In any case, it's been a real pleasure having a proper meal at a table.
There you go.
Roughing
See,
it
he can
then?
do a compliment if he really tries.
A campfire don't compare to this.
Where are ye folks headed?
El Presidio.
Ah, I used to sail out of there.
Have you by chance heard of Dr. Bennett Clark?
I can't say the name rings a bell. Is he a friend of yours?
No, he's really of no relevance. Can't imagine why Miss Leger would bring him up.
Nobody's heard of this guy.
You said you sailed from El Presidio, Captain Boylan?
Aye, for many a year. I used to captain a whaler.
No kidding. You must have some stories.
A fair few. I could tell ye about the largest beast we ever snared. The one what took me leg.
Sure, go ahead.
Go on then, tell us.
It was back in 25. We was circling a lagoon off the coast of New Spain. We were on the point of giving up, when suddenly, a great monster breaches off the port bow. She was the biggest I'd ever seen. I shouted the order to launch the whaleboats in pursuit. Me men put all their backs and all their hearts into rowing, and soon we was on her. All around, the water was churning white with foam. The beast surfaced again so close, we nearly capsized. But the harpooner had steady legs, and a steadier aim on him, and he struck true. Then, the battle began. Oh, how she thrashed and reared. Somehow, the rope got wrapped round me leg and pulled and tore almost clean through. Damn. I thought I was a goner for sure, but it wasn't over yet. At last, the beast tired out. We hauled her in just as it was getting dark. Cutting her up was no easy job. She was 50 foot if she was an inch. Got a good sum for all that oil and blubber. But it wasn't only the whale went under the knife that night. Doc cut me up too, taking care of what little was left of me leg by that point. Saved me life.
Quite a tale.
That poor creature.
I doubt you'd feel that way if you met one yourself, Missy.
How about we just finish our dinner? If anybody has an appetite left after that story.
Aye.
And here I thought Lola of all people would be able to handle that.
No, that was a fine meal. And a fine meal should be followed by some fine rum and conversation. Would ye care to join me in the library?
That sounds like a perfect way to pass the evening.
I'm going to retire. Sounds like the storm's died down, so I'm bunking in the wagon.
You sure that's a good idea, Miss Johnson?
I'm sure. See y'all bright and early.
Yeah, we're gonna need some backup when whatever happens in this house happens. Because I'm sure something's gonna happen.
Harley, a word?
What is it?
Captain Boylan's a friendly feller, but you were a mite loose-lipped at dinner, if I may say. We don't need every Tom, Dick, and Harry knowing about our search for Clark's money.
I said nothing about money. Yeah, thank you.
I only asked Boylan if he'd heard of Clark, not a word about the money.
Still, you're treading on thin ice. A more curious sort might start probing, and we don't need that.
Point taken.
Glad we're on the same page. Now let's go join the party.
Plus, you're gonna accuse me of having loose lips. You kept running your mouth and caused that boy to jump into the river, so you shut the fuck up.
I'm sure. Thank you.
And for you, Miss Leger.
I forgot what you said.
You can spare me a pour as well, Captain.
Oh, a drink.
Aye, fair enough. A toast to new friends.
Cheers! Damn, where'd you say this stuff came from?
A gift from an old friend in Barbados. Best rum in the world, in my opinion. Got plenty more in me cellar. You're welcome to it. Now then, Mr. Marquez, I had a question for ye.
I may have an answer.
Am I mistaken, or are ye of the new Spanish persuasion?
I am, yes.
Ha ha! Grand! I'd like ye to have this.
Neat.
She belonged to an old friend of mine. New Spanish, like yourself. He used to play the most beautiful music. He left her to me when he died, but I always felt she should return to her proper home, as it were.
I'm honored.
Suppose I ought to have asked if you play.
In fact, I do. A little bit, anyway.
Go on, then. Give us a song.
Very well, but let me tune her first. That should do. Now, let's see if I remember.
Short and sweet. Nice.
Goodness, that was beautiful. Where did you learn that?
Thank you, Harley. I had a tutor as a child. My father insisted I learn to play something, so I chose the guitar.
Well, ain't you just full of surprises?
I think this calls for another round.
Here, here.
We're gonna have 3 dudes with a hangover by the time we leave here, aren't we?
It's been a grand evening. But this old salt needs his beauty sleep. Stay up late as he like. All I ask is he not disturb me in me quarters. I'm not a light sleeper, but I can be a right bastard when startled.
I promise we'll steer clear and tiptoe quieter than the angels. Good night, Captain.
See y'all in the morning.
Don't know about you folks, but I ain't ready to bed down just yet.
Yes, the night is still young.
Let's say we have a couple more rounds.
And the rum's all gone now.
Captain Boylan said he had more in the cellar.
I'll just go fetch a bottle or two.
And I'm sure he's not gonna disappear at all. Good.
Oh, bad
That was
news.
quick.
Cellar's locked.
All right, forget about that.
Chingada.
Guess the party's over, then?
Not necessarily. Harley, would you be so kind as to apply your skills to our little problem?
Would you care to go do a little bit of breaking and entering into our host's house here? Harley said she needed a good reason to snoop around. I don't know if this is a good reason. No, you guys have had enough. I'm cutting you off.
No, you can just forget it. I'm not breaking into the cellar.
Who said anything about breaking in? We have permission. The lock is merely an oversight on the part of our host.
No.
Just give it a try. If you can't do it, we'll yield.
No.
I said no.
If Harley won't get that door open, I will.
I think that may be an even worse idea.
Are you going to blow the door open with dynamite?
Of course not. But I will find a way. Unless Harley has had a change of heart.
They really have had too much to drink. What do I do here? Now, the captain said not to disturb him while he's sleeping. So I'm thinking now Harley's probably going to be the lesser of two evils.
Okay, fine. I'll get the door open. I've still got my lockpicks, so it'll be a cinch.
Atta girl. Let us know when you done it.
Never let them around drink again. Alright, what kind of a lock do we have here?
The cellar door.
Yes, thank you. Trying to look at the lock.
Locked.
Alright, fine. Oh, I got these things. What do we have? Medallion or a coin?
An old Spanish doubloon.
Okay.
A piece of petrified wood from the desert.
Cool. Anyway. Alright. Looks like a tumbler lock? Possibly? Yeah. The key stays still, the diamond shines, turn up just once, then down 3 times.
A diamond pick.
Okay, so the key stays still. The diamond shines, turn up just once, then down 3 times. So, up, then down, down, and down.
Hot damn!
Thought I screwed it up. It's been so long since the last time we did any lockpicking.
Phil, I got it.
Nice work, Harley. Now let's go get that rum.
Whatever you say, Captain Jack.
I cannot see a thing down here.
How about we light that wall lamp?
This will help us see down here if we can light it.
I don't have any matches, I don't think. Anybody
We're
got
lucky
any
to have
lights?
made it down the stairs without tumbling down in the dark.
Gotta be matches around here somewhere.
Big help, you two. I'll try the kitchen. And I'm sure Jake and Phil will absolutely be where I probably could have used that lamp, now that I think of it. Oh, no, there's matches right there.
Don't mind if I do.
Anything else I can yoink while I'm here? Let's see, I got the gong. Search this.
I shouldn't be snooping.
Oh, no, we still need a good reason. I guess robbing the rum isn't a good reason to snoop around. Huh, I'll be damned. They are still here. For now.
Much better.
We got another light over
About
there.
that rum.
What was that?
Sounded like the captain's voice. Come on.
Sounded like somebody had too much rum.
You heard it too, huh?
Yes, it came from upstairs, I think.
It sounded like Captain Boylan. But aren't his quarters on this floor?
I thought the same.
Perhaps we should go see if he's all right.
Yep, you and Miss Redbird check the spare room. Danny and I'll check the bedroom. Harley, you look in the captain's quarters. We ain't got time to lose.
What do you mean the captain's quarters are on this floor? I thought all the bedrooms were upstairs. So what is it over here?
This door goes into the captain's quarters.
Oh, okay. Saw the door earlier. I thought maybe it'd be like a pantry or something.
Odd. Captain Boylan's not here. Where could he have gone?
Do you have a good reason to snoop around now? I guess
There's an old
so.
book in here. A journal. Better take it.
What have we got?
There's not much in here. I guess Captain Boylan didn't care much for writing. Here's an interesting passage.
Fisher landed another whale today on his first shot. I asked him how he managed it. Turns out he's been tying his wife's kerchief to the harpoon handle. Swears it brings luck and improves his aim. Ah, to be young and in love.
Okay then. What's on the side of this armoire?
A set of keys. One of them must unlock the cellar. No need to worry about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
anymore,
we
though.
kind of already solved that problem.
Looks like a sea bunk. Guess old habits die hard.
Interesting.
Can't really see anything in here.
Do I need a light? Maybe now's when I use that lamp I saw. Or not, since apparently I can't even take it.
Captain Boylan's not in the library.
So what? Just get a light or so. Well, alright, fine. See, can we just use the matches in there? It's small enough, maybe that'll be enough light.
Hang on. What's this?
Hello.
There's a small switch in the back. Well, I'll be damned.
What the hell? What's up, dude?
Captain! You're still breathing, thank God. Hang on, I'll get help.
I expected that door to slam shut in her face.
He appears to be fine physically, but he seems to be in some sort of trance.
A trance? How do you mean?
His eyes are open, but he's not really awake. He's gone within himself. I've seen people do this voluntarily, to meditate or relive certain memories, but Captain Boylan seems trapped.
Is there anything we can do?
I'm not entirely sure. Did he say anything when you found him, Harley?
Not a word.
I'm at a loss. Something brought this on, but what?
Yeah.
Is it possible he just had too much rum?
I don't think so. I didn't see him drink very much. Even if he were very susceptible to the effects of alcohol, this is rather extreme. It must be something else.
You said this room was hidden, right, Ollie?
That's right.
So, does it maybe have some special meaning for Captain Boylan?
That's a very good point. I would say this place is a sanctuary.
But from what? The man lives alone in the desert already. What's he need a secret sanctuary for?
Look, on the wall there.
It's a sketch of Captain Boylan with 5 other men. His crew, maybe? There's a signature. A. Cranach.
Oh, hi.
God forgive me.
Captain, can you hear me?
The dome? The dome!
What doom? What do you mean?
I came from nowhere. I ought to have taken heed. I ought to have let it take me.
Captain. Captain?
Sounds like a bit of
unresponsive
survivor's
again.
guilt.
Poor man. It's clear he's suffering.
I only wish I could diagnose the cause.
I think I have an idea.
Yes?
That chair, the way it's positioned, facing that sketch, this room being hidden, I think something happened to those men. Something bad. And I think the captain blames himself for it.
There are 5
He
candles.
probably comes in here to punish himself.
Oh, how you figure that?
Because, well, call it a hunch.
I don't know. Seems kind of far-fetched, don't it?
Not entirely. I've read some of the new theories about the study of the mind. A particularly traumatic event may have shaken Captain Boylan's sanity.
So, he has gone mad.
Yes, but he may not be beyond help. We could try to reach him. I could try a form of hypnosis.
Oh, sure. That's where you get him to cluck like a chicken, right?
God damn it,
Not
Jake.
at all. It means he would be calmed and put into a receptive state. Then we could speak directly with his unconscious mind. But to have the best chance, we would have to recreate the environment he's experiencing as accurately as possible.
Recreate the environment? Just how do you propose we do that?
We must each take on a role.
Oh, you mean like play acting?
Something like that. If we can each convincingly assume the identities of the men in that sketch, the captain may feel they are truly here with him. His fantasy will become clear, and we'll be able to guide him through and out of it.
Sounds just crazy enough to work.
But we know nothing about these men, aside from what they look like.
Which means we need to find out more. The more details we have, the better.
Then let's put this show together. Harley, you're good at finding things. See if Captain Boylan had a diary or something.
Funny you
All right,
mention that.
I'm on it.
And I bet I know where Danny's hunch is coming from.
That's Captain Boylan on the left. The 5 other men
Okay.
must be his crew, but I have no idea who any of them are.
Yeah, but more to the point, who's going to be taking on what role? Let's see. That one kind of looks the most like Harley. I'm thinking Danny. I was going to say Phil, but his hair's too short. Maybe this one would be Phil? I don't know. This is just guesswork at this point. Like Jake said, let's go find shit. Actually, before I do that, let's check the journal again, see if we can find any more passages now that
There's
we know
not
what's
much
going
in
on.
here. I guess here's an interesting.
Fisher landed, it turns out.
Nope, apparently not. Alright.
The captain still has some old country pride.
Is it time to start snooping yet?
Not much inside. There is a folded up piece of paper. Seems to be a recipe for sea biscuits. There's a note. Your favorites. Told you they were simple to make. Perhaps someday you can whip some up for me. It's initialed G-O-M.
Am I gonna have to write all this shit down? Keep track of who did what? I hope not.
Well stocked, but not with anything I need.
Feeling particularly lazy. I don't feel like grabbing my notebook. I'm gonna have to grab my notebook, aren't I? Alright, so now that everything's happened, we're back down in the cellar. Let's try lighting this other light that I saw.
There we are.
Ooh, big map.
An old navigational chart. An old...
Nothing important, though, apparently.
A crate chock full of rum bottles.
Let's see, what else we got in here? Got a stool and a box. What's in the box?
No rum in here, surprisingly.
Okay, what is in there is what I was... Okay, fine. Let's take the stool, I guess. Guess we're gonna need to reach something up high. Is that all we needed?
Enough rum to last a lifetime. Or an evening.
I guess so. Ah, maybe the oar. Or the harpoon? I can't tell.
Can't reach?
Yeah, thought so. There we go. Yoink. Anything interesting about these things?
If I had to guess, I'd say this came from someplace in Africa.
Oh, interesting. So Africa's still an actual place in the whole alternate Lamplight City universe thing. You got New Spain and Vespuccia and all sorts of made-up names like that, but Africa's still around.
A bust of some lady in a helmet. We're in the middle of the desert, but it feels like we could be at sea.
Okay. Got some things I could take here. Fire
A
poker.
for stoking the fire.
Yoink.
This could be useful.
Can I take any of these things Phil was looking at?
Some kind of navigational instrument.
Nope.
I'm no expert.
Doesn't look like it. Anything else we can mess with? Oh, hello. We can search the books now.
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Or maybe we can't.
These shelves are full of ship's logbooks.
Now can you search them?
I wouldn't.
Apparently not. Alright, never mind. Screw me and my ideas. Alright, let's try upstairs. I guess we could snoop now.
Spare linens and an old sketch.
Let's look at this harpoon while
I
I'm in
feel
here.
sorry for the sea beast that gets one of these through its hide.
Okay then.
Pointy.
Eh,
A sketch of a ship. The Derwent. There's a note. Captain Boylan, looking forward to our first voyage together. Signed A. Cranach.
There's that name
Cranach?
again.
That's the same name on the sketch in the attic. So the Derwent must be the ship I'm looking for.
Oh, maybe we needed to know the name of the ship, and now we can find that particular ship's logs. Let's check on the wagon, see how Lola's doing, just out of curiosity. I can take the telescope.
I can just make out the wagon.
To hell with Lola, though, I guess. Alright, let's take the telescope. And I guess now we're probably going to be able to take some of the
I'll take
clothes.
this hat.
Oh, now I can take the hat. Hey. What do we got in here?
Looks like a navigational chart. I'll take it with me.
All that one you take?
There's a path drawn around an island that says Detour. The name of the island's been crossed out.
Maybe I need to compare this with the chart down in the cellar.
A bit tight, but not the worst look.
So I didn't get a chance to explore this room.
This is the water closet.
Never mind. Not much to explore in there.
A painting of a harbor. I feel like I've seen this somewhere before.
Wonder if that's a Lamplight City Easter egg. I mean, technically this isn't the same universe as I said at the beginning, so this whole game is technically speaking a Lamplight City Easter egg, depending on how you look at
There's
it.
a path
That's
in
not
the-
what I wanted. Select the damn thing, thank you.
These two charts show the same land masses.
Thought so.
The island crossed out on my chart is called Hastram Scary.
Wonder if Harley's keeping track of all this in her diary. Maybe I won't need to write it down.
That's Captain Boylan on the left.
Well, I was right about one thing. That does look like Harley. Or Harley is going to be taking on this role, because they got the same hat on. Still unsure about all the others.
Storm seems to be passing.
Let's see. Will the others have any
Poor
insights?
Captain Boylan. It's not easy living with demons.
No, I guess not.
I hope we're able to help the captain.
Alright, guess I'm on my own. Alright, so was I right? Can we now take a log now that we know the name of a ship?
Ah, here we are.
Thought
the
so.
logbook for the Derwent.
Alright, what have we got?
The Derwent sailed out of El Presidio in 1830. Listed crew is Captain Philip Boylan, First Mate Michael Benelli, Navigator Karenga Payo, Harpooner Jalal Fisher, Dr. Jonas Francois, Cook George O'Malley,
There's
and
GOM.
Alfred Cranach, profession unlisted.
Guess he was a freeloader. They liked his art, so they kept him on. I don't know.
There's not much. Here's
Fisher landed another whale today. Turns out he's been tied.
Okay, never mind. I thought we saw something by GOM.
the plaque says the Corunna. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little model sailor that looks kind of like Captain Boylan. And that other one there looks like one of the men in the attic sketch. I need to figure out exactly who it is.
Can I take the models? Apparently not. And also we have the name of another ship, so do we need to go looking through the logbooks again?
That's Captain Boylan on the left. According to the ship's log, these other men are Harpooner Jalal Fisher, Cook George O'Malley, Dr. Jonas Francois, First Mate Michael Benelli, and Navigator Karenga Payo.
That's a new name. I thought one of them would have been Cranach. Okay. So now that we know names, do we go back, look at the ship, and see if we recognize the other model?
The plaque says the Corunna. Oh, that's interesting. And that looks like First Mate Benelli.
Ah.
They must have been shipmates.
Okay. Again, I really hope we're remembering all this. By we, I mean Harley.
Nice to be.
Oh, yeah, I already looked at it. Okay, cool. What's in here?
There's an empty bottle and a note in here. I'll take the note.
Let's say the note.
Captain Boylan, I recommend taking 1 nitroglycerin tablet per day and avoiding overexcitement. Dr. Francois.
Okay. You know, it occurs to me we've only found one thing of clothing, the hat. I don't know how we're going to get the others to look like the other crew members.
I'll put back the one I'm carrying first.
Oh, okay. Can only carry one at a time. Interesting. I guess I just have it now. I can't put it back. Huh. Well, I've got the hat. Do I just go ahead and assume my role and talk with Captain Boylan? I forgot who even wore the hat. What their name was, anyway. Maybe we just need to assume the roles one at a time as we figure things out or find things they wore or something. I don't know. All right, who had the hat?
According to the ship's log, these other men are Harpooner
Benelli.
Jalal
Okay.
Fisher, Cook George O'Malley, Dr. Jonas Francois, First Mate Michael Benelli, and Navigator Karenga Payo.
Okay, so Benelli was the crewmate on the Corunna. I know I'm going to screw this up, so let me save before I do anything. All right, so first things first. Wear the hat. Oh, she won't keep the hat on. Well, I can only look at the captain. I can't talk to him.
There's gotta be something.
And these two aren't going to be able to help.
Let me know when you found something that might...
I must admit that
Okay, what do I do then?
We ought to find out who those men in the sketch are before amassing a collection of trinkets.
Okay. Just the
Derwent,
log?
Sale, and
Yep.
Alf.
So maybe I hand that to... What's her name, Nadine?
I'm not sure what I
found the ship's log for the crew in the sketch.
Nicely done. Let's have a look. All right, so we've got
Okay,
a
he's the one that
first
sent me to look for things, so I guess I
navigator,
report to him, so to
harpooner,
speak.
Doctor, cook, and artist. We can probably leave that last one out.
Okay, so Danny can be the cook, Nadine the doctor, Phil the harpooner, you can be the navigator, and I'll be the first mate.
Oh, don't you think I ought to be the first mate?
No.
Does it really matter?
Reckon not. Right, now all we need are some props.
Props?
Sure, for authenticity. Have another look at the sketch.
Okay, well, we got some. Harley's going to need the hat, obviously.
Each of the crewmen is either
We got the
wearing
harpoon.
or holding
Ah,
something unique.
the scrimshaw with
Jake's
the thing.
right. If we each have the appropriate item, it will increase our chances of convincing the captain that we are his former crew. I'd also suggest
Okay.
trying to learn at least one personal detail.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was looking at the
Bring me
sketch.
And let me.
This.
Shut up.
That's Captain
know what to do.
Boyle.
All right. Okay. So, a harpoon, we got. Scrimshaw with the whale, we got. Which, I just picked that up by luck, but we got. Telescope, we got. Hat, we got. What do we need for the cook? Probably should have listened to Nadine, but Jake kept running his mouth, so I was trying to skip through him. Thankfully, I saved, so if I screw things up, I can reload.
Is everything? Keep in mind, we'll likely. All right.
Okay. Yeah, we still need something for the cook. I think we said Danny was going to be the cook. Maybe he'll have an idea.
Poor Captain
No, he won't. All right, let's have another look at the kitchen. Did I look through here?
Not much inside. Seems to be a recipe for. There's a note. Your favorites. It's initialed.
Oh,
G.
that's what GM had. But still, he needs a prop, though, doesn't he?
Well stocked.
Or maybe not. I'm gonna have to reload. Again, Jake kept running his damn mouth when I already knew most of what I needed, so I skipped through a bunch of things.
I'd also suggest trying to learn at least one personal detail about each one, just in case.
Okay, I'll have a look around.
Bring me any items you find.
And let me know when you're ready to begin the performance.
This is a lot to keep track of. I'd better make a list.
Oh, now you're making a list? Okay.
That's Captain.
So, I said that each of the crewmen are either wearing or holding something. I mean, the only thing unique I could see on the cook is he's got an anchor tattoo on him.
Poor.
Okay, Harley just mentioned making a list, so... No, she hasn't done anything in the diary, so do I need to go and look through everything again?
Captain Boylan. It's been carved with.
Ah, there we go. Okay. It just popped up in the inventory. All right. First mate Michael Benelli, prop served with Boylan on the Corona. Navigator Karangapayo, prop changed course to go around Hastrom Scary. Okay, so we got all the info we need. We just need to figure out the props. Maybe I need to use the list with the sketch. Nope. Use it with the items? Nope. Okay, then. Well, that doesn't help.
A spyglass.
Great.
Okay, so I handed the telescope to Jake, and that registered that in the list. I don't know why we can't just look at what they're holding in the sketch and have them update here, but fine. All right, so got the hat for Benelli.
Here.
The
Perfect.
harpoon for the harpooner.
Here's a
All right.
I do hope.
The whale thingy.
here's a carved.
This one's you.
What do we do for the cook?
No mirror. The captain won't miss this for now.
Oh, didn't even think about the inkwell. Can we maybe draw the thing on Danny's arm now? Draw the anchor? I get us the Jake or Danny?
I found this inkwell and
Okay.
quill. Should work for drawing O'Malley's tattoo on Danny.
Right. I'll hold
about
on
to lose
this
my
thing
mind in a
until it's
second.
time. Nice work, Harley. I think we got all the props we need.
All right, we got all the info too, but I'm gonna save just in case. All right, let's get this show
Is
on the
everything
road, so
ready
to
go?
speak.
Keep in mind.
I think so. I've found everything I can.
Excellent. Let's gather everything together and get started. I'll begin. Then we can each say who we are. Captain Boylan, hear the voices of your former crew.
Hope I can remember what I need to remember.
Go ahead, Harley. You start.
First mate Michael Vanilla.
Okay, good.
For duty, Captain Boylan.
Hello.
Michael, can it be?
Captain Boylan.
Oh, nice.
Tarenga Payo, your navigator.
Pio, you're alive?
Captain Boylan, it's me, George O'Malley. Supper is almost ready.
Nice effects.
Yes, I can smell it. Delicious.
Captain Boylan, I am Jalal Fisher, harpooner.
Of course, Fisher. I knew ye'd made it.
And I am Dr. Jonas Francois.
Doc! Oh, Doc, how I needed ye.
Hello.
Crew, can it be?
Yes, Captain. We've come to speak with you.
But you're not some devils sent to trick me?
We are not, I assure you.
Prove it then, Benelli. If it's truly yourself, tell me the name of the ship we served on before the Darwin.
Okay, an easy one. Good.
How could I forget the Corona?
Aye, an unforgettable ship she was. Ah, Michael. I don't know how it be possible, but it's good you're back. Pio!
Aye, Captain.
Remind me of the course correction ye made this morning?
Oh, shit. I gotta remember everything.
We're going around Hostrom Skerry.
That's right. I remember now.
Knew I should have
Fine
looked at the
work,
list.
Pio. That'll surely save us some time. Fisher, have ye your harpoon at the ready?
Aye, sir.
And your aim will be true?
Yes, I have my wife's lucky kerchief tied to the handle.
Okay, sea biscuits for the cook.
Good.
Nitroglycerin
Then our
for
hunt is sure to
the doctor.
succeed. O'Malley,
Sir?
I believe I know that delicious scent. But remind me what it is you're making.
Why, your favorite, of course. Sea biscuits.
As I suspected, I can hardly wait for a taste.
Captain, I recommend you take it easy.
Why is that, Dr. Francois?
Okay, I'm hoping Watching Emergency is coming back to help me. I think nitroglycerin is for hearts.
I don't want you to put any stress on your heart. Have you been taking your nitroglycerin tablets?
I have. I think I have. I can't believe what I'm seeing and hearing, but y'all are really here. But how can this be? I saw ye all dragged under. I can't make sense of this.
Perhaps you still can. Tell us what you remember.
Aye, 20 years ago, the Darwin left El Presidio on the hunt for whales. We'd been out for months, with almost naught to show for it. A wretched haul and wretched pay. Benelli came to me, saying the crew was getting agitated, yearning for home. Forgive me, Benelli. I ought to have listened to you. After the third time you tried to speak sense, I tossed you in the brig for insubordination.
Oh, that's
One
nice.
more, I said. We'll not turn for home before we bring in one more whale. Pio and Fisher, at least, were keen. I saw the signs, but didn't want to believe them. Didn't want to turn back. But there was a devil of a storm brewing, and he brought us down. Poor Benelli. Locked in the brig. To drown like a rat.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Didn't stand a chance once the ship turned over. Brave, brave Fisher. You saved me life when it ought to have been me what went down with the Derwent. Ah, lads. That night's been eating away at me for 20 years. How I wish I could go back. How I wish I could make things right.
I ain't going with that. I feel like this is the one the game wants me to pick. But, let's just say it's tough.
But you can't. The past is the past, and what's done is done. The best you can do is learn to accept and live with it.
But how? You 5 brave men died because of me.
Yet you were given a second chance. Use it to do good with your life. Like sheltering strangers from a dust storm, for instance.
It won't ever stop hurting. But you can take the pain and turn it into something good.
I'm still trying to figure out
suppose
how.
You're right. I swear I'll do right by all of ye. Thank ye. You've given me a moment of peace. I hope to God you've found it as well. Oh, I am weary.
Think it worked?
I hope so. Come, we should get some sleep. And let's refrain from mentioning this to the captain in the morning.
Hey, I successfully helped them.
Appreciate your hospitality, Captain.
Think nothing of it. I hope you all slept well.
Very much so. And yourself?
Best sleep I've had in years.
I'm glad to hear it.
Ye said you were headed to El Presidio?
That's right.
Then I wonder if I might trouble ye for a small favour. I've a letter needs delivering. Could I entrust it to ye?
Of course.
Sure.
My thanks. I'd also like to leave ye with a couple of mementos for being so quick to volunteer and help out. Mr. Lowe and Miss Redbird, please, take this bottle of Barbadian rum.
Sure,
Perhaps
leave it to
you
the
might
2
split
people
it
least
between
likely
you.
to want it.
Makes dull work go faster.
Oh, thanks. That's very kind.
And for you, Miss Leger, this tea caddy. I carved the inlay myself.
Thanks.
It's beautiful.
Best of luck on your journey. And if you ever pass this way again, feel free to knock on me door.
Thanks, Captain, we will.
Provided you don't go crazy in the middle of the night again.
Our stay at Captain Boylan's farmhouse was anything but dull. I can't say for sure whether we truly helped him for good and all, but he seemed himself again when he saw us off this morning. I do believe he was truly lonely in his self-imposed exile and grateful for even the brief company we offered.
Are we there
After
yet?
traveling half the day, we've stopped for a brief rest, and Nadine has asked me to accompany her on an excursion into the desert. For what purpose, I shall soon learn.
We're not there yet.